What if I told you that you don't need to double your efforts, wake up at 5 a.m. every day, or completely transform your life overnight to actually change? What if the secret to becoming the person you've always wanted to be is so small, so invisible, that most people walk right past it every single day? Today we're diving deep into one of the most powerful books ever written on human behavior, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And by the end of this video, you're going to see yourself, your habits, and your potential in a completely different way. So stay with me, because what you're about to hear might genuinely change your life. Let's start with the core idea that everything else in this book is built on. James Clear argues that most people think about change the wrong way. They set massive goals, lose 20 kilos, build a company, learn a new language, and then they wonder why they fail. But the problem isn't the goal. The problem is that goals are about results, and results are actually the wrong thing to focus on. What truly drives change is your system, the small daily habits that either move you forward or hold you back. And here's the number that will stick with you. If you get just 1% better every single day, you'll end up 37 times better by the end of the year. 1%. That's it. That's the atomic part. The habits are so tiny they seem almost pointless. But compounded over time, they are explosive. Now, James Clear introduces something he calls identity-based habits, and this is where most self-help books completely miss the mark. Most approaches to change start with outcomes. I want to lose weight. I want to write a book. But Clear says that's backwards. The most powerful way to change your behavior is to start with who you want to become, not what you want to achieve, who you want to be. Instead of saying I want to quit smoking, you say I am not a smoker. Instead of saying I want to read more books, you say I'm a reader. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. And every small habit you build is evidence that you are already that person. This shift in thinking, from outcome to identity, is one of the most profound things in this entire book. So how do habits actually work? Clear breaks them down into a 4-step loop that runs automatically in your brain every single time you perform a habit. It starts with a cue, something in your environment that triggers a behavior. Then comes craving, the desire or motivation that follows the cue. Next is response, the actual habit or action you perform. And finally, reward, the satisfaction you get at the end, which reinforces the whole cycle and makes your brain want to repeat it. This is called the habit loop, and understanding it is everything. Because once you know how habits are formed, you can engineer them. You can design your life so that good habits are almost automatic, and bad habits become almost impossible. This is where the 4 laws of behavior change come in, and they are the practical heart of the entire book. The first law is make it obvious. Most of our habits run on autopilot, because the cues that trigger them are embedded in our environment. So if you want to build a new habit, you need to design your environment to make the cue unmissable. James Clear talks about something called implementation intentions. Instead of vaguely saying I'll exercise more, you say I will work out at 7 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in my living room. The research on this is staggering. Studies show that people who use this approach are significantly more likely to follow through. Another technique he calls habit stacking. You link a new habit to an existing one. After I pour my morning coffee, I will read for 10 minutes. This anchors the new behavior to something already automatic. The second law is make it attractive. The more appealing a habit is, the more likely you are to do it. Clear introduces the concept of temptation bundling, pairing something you need to do with something you genuinely enjoy. Only watch your favorite show while you're on the treadmill. Only listen to that podcast you love while you're cleaning the house. You create anticipation, and that anticipation is what makes you actually show up. If you're getting value from this video, do me a favor right now. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below telling me which habit you want to build or break. That small action takes 2 seconds, but it helps this channel grow and keeps content like this coming to you every week. Now let's keep going because we're just getting to the good part. The third law is make it easy. And this is where James Clear introduces one of the most counterintuitive ideas in the book, the 2-minute rule. Any new habit you want to start should take less than 2 minutes to do. Want to start running? The habit is put on your running shoes. Want to start meditating? The habit is sit down and close your eyes for 2 minutes. The goal isn't the full action yet. The goal is to show up, because showing up is the hardest part. Once you're there, momentum takes over. Clear also talks about reducing friction. Making good habits require less effort. If you want to eat healthier, put the fruit on the counter and hide the cookies. If you want to read more, leave the book on your pillow. Environment design is not a luxury. It is a superpower. The fourth law is make it satisfying. Your brain is wired to repeat behaviors that feel rewarding. But here's the problem. Most good habits have delayed rewards. You work out today, but you don't see results for weeks. You save money today, but retirement feels like a lifetime away. This is why bad habits are so seductive. They deliver immediate pleasure. So Clear's solution is to add an immediate reward to good habits. Use a habit tracker. Check the box. Feel the satisfaction of the streak. Visual evidence of your progress is incredibly powerful. He says never miss twice. If you slip up one day, that's a mistake. Missing twice is the start of a new bad habit. There's also a concept in the book called the Plateau of Latent Potential, and I want you to really sit with this one. Imagine you're holding an ice cube in a room that's at -5 degrees. Or you start heating the room. 1 degree, 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 15 degrees. Nothing happens. The ice cube is still solid. Then you hit 0 and suddenly everything melts at once. That is exactly how habits work. You don't see results for a long time, and most people give up right there just before the breakthrough. They think their habits aren't working, but they are. The work was never wasted. It was stored. And one day, as it all compounds. Clear also talks about the importance of not relying on motivation. Motivation is unreliable. What you need is a system that works even on your worst days. He introduces the idea of the habit contract, making your commitment public and adding accountability. He talks about the Goldilocks rule. You stay motivated when you're working on tasks that are just at the edge of your current ability. Not too easy, not too hard. Right on the edge of what you can do. That's the zone where real growth happens. Here's the bottom line of everything James Clear spent years researching and writing. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Goals are what you want. Systems are what you do, and who you become in the process of building those systems. That is everything. Every habit is a vote for the person you want to be. Every tiny action either reinforces or undermines your identity. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. 1% better every single day. If this video resonated with you, I want you to do 3 things right now. First, like this video. It takes 1 second and it tells the algorithm that this content matters. Second, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video like this one. And third, share this with one person in your life who needs to hear it. A friend, a family member, someone who's been trying to change but can't seem to make it stick. Because the right idea at the right time can genuinely change a life. Atomic Habits is not just a book. It's a blueprint. And now you have it. Go build something extraordinary.